of you have ever been to a melodrama before? Let me see a show of hands, please. Okay, I've got about a half and half. Awesome. Good. Okay, those experienced people now, you know what I'm about to say, and I want you to help out the newbies, okay? All right, guys. So we're going to give you a different kind of a theater experience today for those of you who have never been to a melodrama. Okay, in normal drama, what we do is we have an imaginary wall, right, between you guys and the people on stage. In melodrama, however, we take down that imaginary wall. It does not exist any longer. And the actors on stage may interact with you. And you are going to get to interact with the characters on stage. And I'm going to give you some guidelines for how to do that, okay? First of all, you have, in classic Victorian style melodrama, almost everyone has 3 stock characters that you see over and over again. Your heroine, your hero, and your villain. Okay, and I'm going to give you ways of interacting with each of these characters. First of all, we have our heroine. She is sweet. She's innocent. She is put upon. And whenever you see our heroine, I would like for you to support her with a nice sigh. It sounds like this. Aww. On the count of 3, let me hear your best sigh. 1, 2, 3. Aww. How pretty. Okay, and you may support any of the lovely young ladies on the stage with that same sound, and you may help her out whenever she needs your support with it. Okay, next we have our hero. He is brave, he is staunch, and he is stalwart. And he's a little tipsy, and he needs a lot of your help. So, whenever you want to support our hero, you may do so with a nice cheer. It goes like this. Yay! On the count of 3, let me hear your best cheer. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Good, Bandit approves. Okay, it's a hero's audience, isn't it, Bandit? Yes, it is. I know. Okay, and lastly, but not, of course, least, we have our villain. He is mean and evil and nasty, and he may come out there and sit in your lap. I would be careful if I were you. So I'm going to give you some ways of dealing with this dastardly dude. Okay, 3 ways. The first is with a hiss. Okay, and it needs to be a strong air coming out between your teeth, okay? So on the count of 3, let me hear your best hiss. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I like that. Okay, good. All right, you guys, that sounds pretty good. Very strong, like a nice pit of vipers. Okay, you can use that any time that you just don't like the way he looks. Even if he's just sitting there. Anytime you want to, okay? All right, now we'll up the ante just a little bit. If you really don't like him and you really want to show your distaste, you're going to do so with a nice boo. And I do not mean like for the friendly ghost. Oh, no, no. I want you to let him know how much you dislike him. Okay? And so it comes from the gut like this. Boo! On the count of 3, let me hear your best boo. 1, 2, 3. Boo! Ooh, I think he should be scared. Okay, and lastly, you have been issued your 6-shooter of anti-Dylan ballistic missiles. Yes, I realize that they're marshmallows. That's why we call it melodrama. Ooh, save your marshmallows for the villain, please. Okay, so there are a few things about the marshmallows and then we will get started. First of all, please try to aim for the neck and below. Anywhere below the neck is just fine. However, you ask, how? How am I going to get distance there in the back, you may wonder. And aim, you wonder. How do I do that? Well, here we have developed what we call the 3-fingered lob. And you put 2 fingers on the top and your thumb on the bottom of the marshmallow. And it is simply a flick of the wrist. And you get distance and you get aim. Yes. Oh, darn it. Oh, good job. He gets to reuse that marshmallow because it did not hit the floor. So that is the next rule. If the marshmallow hits the floor, it is dead. My actors will not recycle them to you. Please do not recycle them to us. Okay? However, if the marshmallow is caught in midair, as that one was, it is fair game, and I would be careful because my villain is very good at catching them. Okay, so finally, I think it's finally, am I there yet? I think I'm there. If you like marshmallows and they are one of your favorite sweet treats, feel free to eat them. Eat as many of them as you would like. Be careful though, you do only have a 6-shooter. If you eat them, you no longer have ammunition. Okay? But if you like marshmallows and you decide to eat them, please do eat the entire marshmallow. Do not eat half the marshmallow and then throw the other half. Okay? I so much appreciate that. Okay, you guys, I want you to have fun. Please interact with the actors on stage. They are going to interact with you. Sigh, boo, hiss, and cheer, and enjoy.
I'm most confident that by sending the division around to cut off their left flank from their supply lines, while at the same time deploying their 11th Cavalry to attack their right flank, while simultaneously... Huh? Oh, what's that, Fielding? Oh, yes, I am, we'll make that at the same time, hitting the center hard with a detachment of sharpshooters. We can bring a swift end to the present hostilities. Peace and prosperity will once again reign over our fair land. With kindest personal regards, I remain your humble servant, Colonel Rutherford B. Culpepper. Read that back, Fielding. Excellent. Deliver that at once, Sergeant, to General Lee.
You're meant to, Colonel.
Oh, Hallie, this is a moment of great jubilation. I have this minute sent a dispatch to General Lee outlining a full plan to rout those damn Yankees once and for all and send them back to where they came from.
Yes, Colonel.
Now, all that remains is to make plans for the grand victory banquet and ball. I shall be in my study preparing the guest list. First on the list, of course, President Jefferson Davis, General Robert E. Lee, General Stonewall Jackson, General Albert Sidney Johnson.
Oh, there you are, Hallie.
Oh, Dora, I can't stand it. My heart is near breaking at the sight of poor Colonel Culpepper. How brave and courageous he was during the war, and such a fine leader, and how he loved and admired President Davis and General Lee. Why, he would have laid down his life for them. And then came the fall of Richmond. I'll never forget the sight of the poor Colonel trudging up the drive. A broken man, his mind gone. He just can't seem to believe that the war's been over these 5 years and that we lost.
Ha! Well, that's all very well, but I got more practical things to worry about, like what I'm going to put on the table for supper.
Well, what about that opossum belly? Ain't there any of that left?
I declare, I don't know how many meals you think I can make out of one little old possum belly. I fricasseed up the last of that yesterday.
Now, Dora, it's true, times is hard, but if we all pull together, things is bound to get better. They can't get no worse.
Yes, they can. It's bad enough that we ain't hardly got any meat, but if it don't rain pretty soon, the gardens won't be no good.
I know.
Them Yankees. They didn't have to go riding through here, burning and pillaging and foraging the way they done. They could have left us something.
Now, Dora, I suppose they felt they had to do something with their time when they wasn't actually fighting.
If only the colonel could remember where he hid the family silver and all that money. I helped fill the heirloom chest myself. Jewelry there was. and piles of gold.
Well, we all looked every place we could think of, and I guess in the condition the Colonel's in, he's forgot it for good.
Daughter! Daughter! Has either of you seen Miss Orley?
Oh, she's out in the garden, Colonel.
Oh, how that dear girl loves to meander through the sweet peas and the oleanders. When she comes in, please send her to me in my study. I want her advice on the menu for the victory banquet. I thought we could start with pâté de foie gras, roast suckling pig, Virginia ham, sweetbreads, bacon.
Roast suckling pig indeed.
Sweet peas and oleanders. Poor darling's grumbling around in the vegetable garden, working her poor fingers to the bone.
Hallie, remind me to get a note to the caterers in Biloxi to order the caviar. Can't think why we have to go all the way to Biloxi for first-class caviar.
Oh, that's the last straw. I'm leaving. I don't know what possessed me to stay as long as I have. No wages, no decent food, no nothing.
Now, Dora, don't you go to saying that. And we gotta stay and take care of Miss Orley and the Colonel. Now, whatever would they do without us?
Well, I don't much care. I could do a sight better for myself without having to worry about them.
All the other servants went and left, Dora. There's just you and me left to help keep things going until Miss Orley makes a good marriage.
Oh, she better hurry up about it. I mean, sakes alive, she's already 19 and not yet spoke for.
And who is left to speak for her? You tell me that. If the war hadn't come along, she'd have had beaux aplenty.
But she ain't even looking to get married.
No, Miss Orley reckons to devote her time to taking care of her father. Why, she's the sweetest thing in the whole state of Mississippi. And the most beautiful, with never an unkind word for anyone. And the way she took charge of things since her dear mama passed away, it brings tears to my eyes.
Oh, Hallie, please remind me to ask Miss Orley who we should engage for the dancing. I can't decide if we should use those boys from Natchez or the 82nd Regimental Band. Orley'll know.
See, Dora, he depends on Miss Orley to make all the decisions, and she depends on us to help her.
You talk like there really was a decision to make. The war's over, and there ain't gonna be no victory ball, and no victory banquet, and no regimental or any other kind of band. You sound crack-brained just like the Colonel.
Oh dear, oh dear. If Dora leaves, I don't know how we can manage. With all her snapping and grumbling, she is completely devoted to the Culpeppers. Huh? What is that heavenly sound? Why, I do believe it is the dear, sweet, precious child herself, Miss Orley.
Oh, Hallie, look what I have from the garden. Won't Dora be pleased?
Oh, honey, what lovely vegetables. Was these from that spot you planted down by the creek?
Oh, no, this is from way down yonder in the pawpaw patch.
Oh, you be careful when you down that way. It's powerful close to that treacherous bayou. You step one step too near the edge, and the alligator will get you if the quicksand don't. I'll take these straight away to Dora. Maybe she'll smile for a change.
Hallie, please stay 1 minute. I've made a decision. I need to discuss it with someone, and you've always been so loyal and faithful, just like a member of the family.
Oh, Miss Orley, I don't have any family of my own. You and the Colonel are my family.
That is why I wish to tell you of my plan. Come, let us sit down. way to recoup our family fortune. And I truly believe that I found a solution. We shall turn Magnolia Plantation into an inn. It should work, Hallie, with the Mississippi River practically at our back door, and the riverboats passing by several times a day.
An inn! What a fine idea!
Of course, it'll mean more work for all of us.
Oh, don't you worry your pretty little head about that none. We'll manage just fine.
And it won't be forever, just until I can raise enough money to hire some field hands to replant the cotton and sugarcane.
I declare, Miss Orley, this is the most exciting thing's happened since your papa came home.
Oh, Hallie, I've just recollected a dreadful fact. I have no capital for such a venture.
Maybe not, but you have the most important thing. This beautiful house. Well, it ain't as beautiful as it was before the war, but the bedrooms are comfortable. And think how happy it'll make your father. Oh, your friend Miss Orley, she'll help, I'm sure.
Oh, I know she will. But Hallie, how do you think Papa will take to the idea?
Miss Orley, not meaning no disrespect, but he probably won't even realize. Oh, and he'll be so happy to have the house filled with people and laughter and gaiety, just like the old days.
Oh, I'll do it, Hallie, straight away before I change my mind.
Oh.
And I'll try not to let it bother me. I won't worry about it today. I'll worry about it tomorrow.
Good day, ma'am.
Good day. My son and I have just disembarked from the riverboat Dixie Belle, and the captain knows this place is an inn.
Oh, that's right, ma'am.
Well, my son and I are en route home to our splendid plantation in Natchez from a sojourn in St. Louis, where I have replenished my wardrobe for the coming season. It has been a tiresome journey.
Oh, I can understand that, ma'am.
Well, that riverboat was filled with the rowdiest group of people it has ever been my misfortune to be associated with. I could not endure it another moment. I have a very delicate constitution. If this place meets my requirements, we will remain here for several days.
Oh, I'm sure we can make you and your son right comfortable, ma'am.
That remains to be seen. We will need a suite consisting of a private sitting area and 2 larger bedrooms for my son and myself, and a smaller bedroom for my personal maid. The cost is unimportant, for as you can see, I'm a very wealthy woman.
Well, if you will just sign the guest book and make yourself at home, I will prepare your rooms immediately. Thank you.
Well, I must say, it's not exactly what I'm accustomed to. But it seems clean enough. At least it will give me time to compose myself before returning to Natchez. Such a disappointment that my son, Beauregard, should spurn the highly suitable match I had arranged for him in St. Louis.
Fielding! I've just received word. The Yankees have been sighted near Fort Donaldson. Oh, a most pleasant good afternoon to you, ma'am. Colonel Rutherford B. Culpepper at your service. I deeply regret that I cannot remain and chat with you, but I have most pressing duties elsewhere It must be on. Come, Fielding! Hurry, man! The horse!
How very strange. But I believe I hear the manly tread of my son Beauregard.
Monarch, I have just seen the most outlandish sight. A man dressed in the uniform of a Confederate colonel rushing into the woods with drawn saber and giving the rebel cry.
Oh, I know, Beauregard, dear. It must be part of the entertainment this place offers. In very poor taste, I must say. Oh, Yvette, is that the remainder of the hand luggage?
Oui, madame, but there remains the 23 trunks.
I have arranged to have everything brought up directly, Mama.
Oh,
Everything is ready, ma'am.
oh, very good. Beauregard, you and Yvette will follow the servant to our rooms. I shall join you presently.
Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me, starlight and... Oh! Good afternoon. Are you a newly arrived guest?
Why, yes, my dear. What a perfectly charming young lady. She is obviously another wealthy lodger in this place and has been out taking the afternoon air.
I've been out in the garden. The breeze is so fresh and balmy.
Just as I thought. It is easy to see she is a creature of breeding and refinement.
Mama, will you come up and choose which bedroom you want?
Beauregard, I'm glad you've come down. I should like to present you to this young lady. Miss, this is my son, Beauregard Mason Dixon, the third.
Oh, I am pleased to make your acquaintance, Miss Culpepper.
And I am only Culpepper.
Oh, like I said, I am pleased to make your acquaintance, ma'am. Never have my eyes beheld such beauty of form and face. Never anywhere from Memphis to Mobile, from Natchez to St. Joe.
If you two children will excuse me, I believe I shall have a short rest. Miss Culpepper, at what hour is the evening meal served?
Supper is at 7 o'clock, ma'am.
Very well. Will you show me to my rooms?
Right this way, ma'am.
Welcome to the plantation, Mr. Mason Dixon.
Well, thank you, Miss Culpepper. My pulses are quickening. Can it be that this is love?
My temples are throbbing. My heart is beating so that I can scarcely breathe. Is this what Mama was referring to when we had that little talk?
Miss Laura Lee, may I see you in the kitchen a minute?
Co-star, please excuse me, Mr. Mason Dixon.
Of course. Oh, I bless the fates that have brought me to this place. One look was enough to tell me that I have found the girl of my dreams. I have lost my heart to the fairest flower of the South.
Everyone is settled in their rooms, sir.
Oh, thank you.
See the horses, Fielding. Oh, Hallie, another assault successfully repulsed. Oh, the gallantry of those men. I had the good fortune to be riding side by side with General Hood. You can bring my mint julep to me in my room. Oh, and Hallie, if a message arrives from General Lee for me, see that it is delivered to me immediately.
Very good, Colonel.
Oh, excuse me. I could not help but overhearing. What was all that about?
You'll have to excuse me, sir. The Colonel hates to be kept waiting for his mint julep.
Mystifying. Oh well, I believe I shall retire to my room, where I shall compose a love sonnet for Miss Aurelie. Beautiful dream.
Hallie! Hallie, where are you? Hallie, I want my mint julep. Hallie!
Ah, my good man, I take it I might find refuge here.
Oh, come in, sir, come in. You appear to have been riding hard.
Why, allow me to introduce
Oh,
myself. My name is...
tut, man, no need for that. I know who you are.
You do?
Oh, to be sure, you are the famous Confederate spy Philip Greenleaf. Wise of you not to wear your uniform. You don't happen to have a message for me from General Lee, do you?
Why, no.
Ah, but no matter, it will come. But you, sir, are greatly fatigued. I am pleased to offer you the hospitality at my home. Just let me have a word with the cook, and I will see that a first-class meal is prepared for you right away. Then we can repair to my study, where you can make your report to me in private. Oh, Hallie, what have you there? A mint julep? How thoughtful of you. Come, Hallie, let us check on preparations for dinner.
What kind of a madhouse have I entered here? Well, no, mind you. Living by my wits, as I do, I, Horton Smedley, will quickly figure a way to turn this situation, whatever it is, to my advantage. That interfering fool of a riverboat captain had the audacity to throw me off his boat, claiming that I was teaching his aristocratic passengers. Just a friendly little game of cards. Can I help it if they agree to play with my cards?
Oh, excuse me, sir. I was unaware that we had a new guest. Welcome to Magnolia Plantation Inn. How long will we have the pleasure of your company?
Gad, what have we here? It seems that destiny had a trump card up its sleeve when it deposited me here. A short dalliance with this choice morsel will be to my liking. I have been traveling down the Mississippi. I do so love the riverboats. They are so picturesque. I was so taken at the beauty of your landscape that I made the rapid decision to leave the boat for my health.
You are unwell, sir?
Yes, you see, I have this nasty cough. But the salubrious air and pleasant surroundings will make a new man of me.
Oh, indeed, sir. And I speak for my entire household when I tell you that your swift return to good health will be uppermost in all our minds.
Zounds, she is not only beautiful, but stupid as well. Anyone can see that with my handsome physique and magnificent features, that I am in perfect health.
Oh, daughter, I see that you have met our honored guest.
Yes, Papa.
You must inform the staff that he is to receive royal treatment. And would you see that a room is prepared for him?
Right away, Papa.
Now, son, our whole family is 100% loyal to the Confederate cause, of course. But just to be on the safe side, you'd best assume an alias. You can't be too careful, you know. Even the walls have ears.
Oh, couldn't I be someone here just recovering from an illness?
Oh, capital! That will do admirably. You have a lightning quick mind. I like that in a man. And your name could be, let's see.
Oh, my name could be, John Brown.
John Brown!
Sorry, sir. An unfortunate choice indeed. Yes, must be my extreme fatigue.
Of course. But there's something about you that bothers me. I can't just put my finger on it. But no matter, it'll come to me.
I assure you, sir, that as a gentleman and a spy, that I stand before you a loyal, devoted, and constant son of the South.
Oh, spoken like a true campaigner. Hark! Do you hear that?
Hear what?
Horses! Those are Northern horses! Must be 50 of them! Feel it, hurry! It's those damn Yankees again!
That befuddled old fellow has my brain reeling. But no matter. It suits my purpose to lay low here for a while. For more ways than one. First, there was that nasty little business in Louisville. And then, well, there was that bit of bother on the riverboat. First off, to see about restoring myself to my usual elegance.
Yes, sir?
My name is Horton Smedley. And I shall be remaining here for a few days. Take this bag to my room.
Yes, sir.
And what am I to call you?
My name is Hallie, sir.
This is the doorway she went through. This is where she stood. In this very spot, fortune extended to me the privilege of meeting Miss Culpepper.
Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon to you, sir.
And are you a member of the family or merely a guest here?
Merely a guest, sir.
This dandified milksop is a adult if I ever saw one. But if my instincts are true, a rich one, it should be child's play to separate him from some of his pocket money. There's not much to do here in the way of diversion. What do you say to a friendly game of cards?
Oh, I don't know, sir. I'm not much in the way of cards. Mama just doesn't approve, you know.
Never you mind about that, my good man. I'm just a rank amateur myself. Just a friendly little game to pass the time.
Well, I suppose it couldn't do any harm. And besides, Mama is upstairs resting.
Good. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Well, what do you say to a friendly little game of 5-card stud? That's the trickiest thing I can do with a deck of cards. I'm not much of a player, I assure you.
Well, I don't know if I can keep my mind on the game. I've just left Louisville, where I learned of the downfall of my best friend, Clay Fitzhugh.
Oh?
Clay had caught the gambling fever and was bilked of his fortune by an unscrupulous card shark. Clay caught the blackguard cheating and challenged him to a duel. But do you know what that craven coward did?
No. What?
He shot Clay in the back!
Mr. Smedley,
Smedley? Horton Smedley? Smedley. That was the name of the viper that killed my friend. You snake in the grass! You unprincipled rogue! You vile coward! I made a solemn vow to avenge my friend, and fate has placed you within my grasp. Say your prayers, Smedley!
And Lindy Lou, he is not only handsome, but kind and noble as well. He's just wonderful, and I think he likes me a little.
Oh, goodness me, Ollie, I've never seen you so excited to wear yourself out.
But Lindy Lou, I've never been in love before, and it is a heavenly, glorious feeling.
My. I wish I could experience that feeling. Aww. Does Beauregard happen to have a brother?
Why, I don't know, but I was surely asking.
Oh, no. I was on the fun, you Ollie.
Oh, but you must never thought about love. It's so lovely.
I'm sure it is. And I'm very happy for you, but I gotta get on home. Mother said she was fixing some things for you.
I don't know how to thank you for everything you've done. Can I give you a hand?
Oh, no. No trouble. I'll be right back. Besides, I want to meet Beauregard. Bye.
There you are, my dear. I was hoping for a word with you.
Is there anything I can do for you, Mrs. Mason-Dixon?
On the contrary, my dear, I intend to do something for you.
Oh?
I see no reason for me to be reticent. I have seen Beauregard gazing at you admiringly and unable to hide the love light in his eyes.
I hardly know what to say, Mrs. Mason-Dixon.
Well, this could be an excellent alliance. Beauregard comes from good stock. I don't like to boast, but before my marriage, I was a Carruthers, of the Richmond Carruthers, and we possess a not inconsiderable fortune. I don't mind admitting I've always been fearful that Beauregard would fall in love with a girl who was only after his money.
I understand your concern.
But now I can set my mind at rest. I can see from your bearing you are a young lady of means yourself.
But Mrs. Mason-Dixon, I'm afraid you do not understand. You see, since the war,
Miss
Papa and I...
Oh, hello there, Mama. I trust I am not interrupted.
Oh, nothing that won't keep Beauregard.
Well then, would you do me the great honor of accompanying me to a clearing near the bayou? I have just spotted a purple-crested, yellow-bellied redfoot building a nest in the weeping willow.
Surely the first of the season. It would please me very much, Mr. Mason-Dixon. But first, I must tell your mother
Oh,
something.
we must hurry, Miss Culpepper. The bird may fly away. Oh, if you'll excuse us, Mama.
Oh, yes, run along, children. Oh, my.
I thought they would never leave. How long will they be gone, do you suppose?
Well, quite a while, I should imagine.
Oh, good, good.
But whatever were you doing behind the sofa?
Oh, well, I was, looking for a cufflink that I lost yesterday. Yes.
Well, my son has been asking for you. I believe he has some business he wishes to transact. I have hardly seen you since our brief meeting outdoors yesterday.
Well, I've been spending a great deal of time in the woods, the deep woods, communing with nature.
Well, but we haven't even seen your meals.
Well, I've been taking my meals up in my room. You see, I've lately developed an unquenchable thirst for solitude.
Oh, but surely too much solitude cannot be good for you.
Oh, my dear lady, it is most necessary to my survival just now. Oh, that is, being a man of business, I see so many people that every once in a while I feel I must be by myself.
Well, I, for one, have missed your company.
Aha! It appears that this old bat is ripe for the picking. If I can win her over, I can convince her to call off that big bully of a son, and then Dame Fortune will smile on me once more. My dear lady, I have a confession to make. I lost no cufflink. I was hiding back there hoping to catch the merest glimpse of you.
Oh!
It's true, too true. True, too. The real reason I have been hiding these days is I knew if I ever found myself alone in a room with you that my heart would leap from my bosom and lie there for all the world to see.
Oh, you shouldn't be saying such things to me, you naughty boy.
I knew that I spoke too soon. It's just, there's something about you that brings out the impetuousness in me. I knew it was never meant to be.
Oh, Mr. Smedley, faint heart ne'er won fair lady.
Then there is the faintest glimmer of hope.
Now, Mr. Smedley, I didn't say that.
What am I willing to do to save my life? Then I am cast to the depths below. Oh, what a fool I was. A magnificent creature such as yourself could never care for me.
I didn't say that either.
What did you say?
Oh, you have swept me off my feet, Mr. Smedley. I am all a Twitter.
Then we shall be together forever, through thick and thin, in sickness and in health, though others may say all manner of evil things against us.
Well, Mr. Smedley, how very strangely you speak. There's none in my acquaintance who would ever say any kind of evil thing against me, and I'm certain that is likewise true in your case.
Of course, my dear lady. It's just I can so vividly recall the sad tale of a friend of mine. He too had fallen deeply in love, also with a widow, with a son. The son so resented the object of his mother's affection that he parted them forever, telling her all sorts of wicked untruths about my friend.
Oh, but Mr. Smedley, that could never happen with us. My son would never be capable of such behavior. He's scarcely a child. You know, I was very young when I married Mr. Mason Dixon. You must find it very difficult to believe that I'm old enough to be Beauregard's mother.
I believe it if she said she was his grandmother.
Good day to you, ma'am. Sir.
Fielding! Where are you? Fielding! Come on, man! The woods are swarming with Yankees! Where are you? Oh, there you are! Come on now, man! You can't be sitting in the kitchen all day eating spoon bread! Let's march! Look smart!
Oh, do not upset yourself, madam. I swear that no Yankee will set foot in this house while I am in charge. And now, I pray you'll excuse me.
Take it out! Out comes form a line, Sergeant! 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2!
Oh, goodness. Oh.
What's wrong? What is it? I heard someone shouting.
You bet. If a cup of tea for your mistress, I will accompany her to her room.
We miss her.
Come, my dear, it is my pleasure to assist you.
My legs are so weak they can scarcely hold up my body.
I'm having the same trouble myself. Come, come.
The Colonel will be asking for his mint julep presently.
Hello, Hallie.
Well, Miss Lindy Lou, what have you got there?
Mama saying over a little old ham and some sweet potatoes. And I thought you might like some flowers for the table.
Oh, bless your mama, and you too. After all the help you gave us sprucing up the plantation, and you keep bringing us goodies.
Oh, we figured it's the least we can do. Oh, Lee being my dearest friend and all.
Well, you don't know how much it means just now.
Oh, gracious, Hallie. There's nothing the band Cleves wouldn't do for Arlie and the Colonel.
It's an act of mercy. Mrs. Mason Dixon has a better disposition when her belly's full. My stars, how that woman can eat. Now, Mr. Beauregard now, he's so lovesick, he don't hardly put a morsel in his mouth.
Hallie, I just came to see if you have any ideas of what to serve for supper.
Hello, Dora. Mama sent over some things.
Good thing, too. That Mrs. Mason Dixon has an appetite like I ain't never seen. Well, this ought to last a fair spell. That boy of hers don't eat nothing, so it about evens out.
Where is Arlie, Hallie?
I reckon she's out in the garden with Mr. Beauregard. Ask me, I think they are fixing up to have a romance.
Oh, I know, Hallie. She told me all about him. I'm anxious to meet him.
Looks like you'll get your chance, Miss Lindy Lou. I believe that's them coming right now. La, da, da, da. You'll have to excuse me. I gotta help Dora in the kitchen.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, Beauregard, I'm happier than I've ever been in my entire life. Why, Lindy Lou, I didn't know you were here.
Well, I only stopped by for a few minutes to drop off some things.
I'm glad you're here. Mr. Beauregard, this is Lindy Lou, my best friend. And Lindy Lou, you'll be the first to know Mr. Beauregard and I are soon to wed.
I am pleased to make your acquaintance, Miss Lindy Lou.
We're making the announcement at supper tonight.
Well, after I tell Mama, of course. Oh, she will be so pleased. She has told me how much she likes and admires you.
Remember, Beauregard, you must tell her everything. You promised.
Sweetheart, it won't make any difference. She is a generous and understanding woman. Even if she is under the miscomprehension you fear, she will understand when I make it all clear to her.
I do hope you are right, Beauregard. I'll wait right here until you return.
And I will go speak with her right now.
Arlie, you look troubled.
I know I can confide my concern in you, Lindy Lou. Mrs. Mason Dixon, Beauregard's mama, has mistaken me for a guest here and is unaware of our dire financial straits. I've never tried to pretend that I was anything but what I am. Until this afternoon, I thought she was aware that I'm the daughter of the house.
Mr. Beauregard is so confident you surely have no need for concern.
She probably does not even realize that poor, darling Papa is my Papa.
It will make no difference. You will see. Now I must be getting on home.
Will you join us for supper tonight?
Of course. I'll see you then.
She will surely realize that I'm not one of those terrible fortune-hunting girls of whom she spoke. feel a strange foreboding in the air. Can it be that my first and only love will come to naught?
So there you are. Beauregard has told me everything.
I'm glad, but he said he would return.
I have asked him to remain in his room while we had a private talk. You brazen bit of baggage! I should have known you were nothing but a scheming temptress after my son's money. But me no buts, girl. You are contemptible beyond description. Your little game has failed. It is fortunate I learned the truth in time. Quiet! You have said enough. I will stand here no longer listening to you try to squirm your way out of this. It is as well your poor mother is not alive to witness the machinations of her harlot daughter. Or was it she who taught you your scheming ways?
Mrs. Mason Dixon. Say what you will against me, untrue as it is. These last years have accustomed me to heartbreak and despair, but I will not allow you to say one word against my heavenly mother who watches over me from her blessed abode.
So, now you add impertinence to your other vices. I will return to Beauregard and expose your despicable plot to him.
Woe is me! What can I do? How can I be so misunderstood? How can I endure this agonizing pain? Dearest mother, see how your poor daughter is enveloped in misery, and gather me into your loving arms.
Oh, Miss Aurelie. And where is your young swain?
Swain? I do not believe we have a guest here by that name.
Such obtuseness cannot be believed. Your flight of fancy, your suitor, your light of heart. In a word, Mr. Beauregard Mason Dixon III.
He is not here, Mr. Smedley.
Well, in that case, may I sit down?
Oh, by all means. I'm neglectful of my duties, I fear. May I offer you some refreshment?
Pray no, do not bestir yourself. Miss Aurelie, forgive me for noticing, but do I detect a note of sadness on your countenance?
I'm quite all right, Mr. Smedley.
You must remember I am a man of the world, and my keen intuition tells me that you are troubled.
You are most perceptive, Mr. Smedley.
Egad, your flawless beauty is driving me into a frenzy. But I must maintain control of myself so that I can use her to further my own ends. Feel free to unburden yourself to a sympathetic admirer.
I'm sorely tempted to avail myself of your kind offer, being near to the breaking point as I am. For the first time in my life, I've fallen deeply and profoundly in love. But it was not to be. And after having tasted the sublime, I'm slowly sinking into the depths of deepest despair.
In her vulnerable state, she will be putty in my hands. I must kiss those cherry lips. Come, my dear. Allow Horton Smedley to mend your broken heart as easily as you mend your torn linens.
You make it sound very simple, Mrs. Smedley. But my poor, anguished soul withers and dies within me, and I shall never more draw a happy breath.
I have worshipped you from afar. Come, flee with me. I offer you the sun, the moon, the stars. She may be able to resist those heavenly bodies, but me, never. The game will soon be mine.
I do truly appreciate your kind attentions, Mrs. Smedley, but I do not care for you. Yay! Except for as a paying guest, of course.
Curses! Is this true? Do you repulse my advances? This is unendurable. I give you one more chance, little girl. Will you be mine?
Nay! Nay! I'll read your purpose in your eyes, innocent as I am. Unhand me, sir. Stand by and let me pass.
You will live to regret those words. Must I resort to physical violence?
My virtue means more to me than life itself. I have given my heart to Beauregard. Do your worst. I defy you.
You will be mine, or I will report your lunatic father to the proper authorities and have him put away where he belongs.
That would be more than I could bear. How can you torture me thus? Have I not suffered enough? Have mercy.
Oh, and there is one more thing. I like it here, and I intend to stay. But I don't like that nincompoop Mason Dixon. Get rid of him.
Tell Beauregard to leave.
Dispatch him at once. Tell him that you've changed your mind, that you love me instead. That dragon of a mother will force him away from you anyway, but I want him gone. Now, today. And if you resort to duplicity, I shall dispatch him with it.
Oh, no!
Well, my succulent southern posy, what is your answer?
I have no choice but to do your bidding. Oh, where can I turn in my hour of need? Is there no one to come to my aid?
I will come to your assistance. You foul, vicious vermin!
Horrors discovered!
Beauregard has told me all. When he catches you, Smedley, he's going to give you the thrashing you so richly deserve. You villain!
I had just realized what it was about you that didn't seem right. You don't talk like a true son of the South.
Besides, you didn't bring my dispatches from General Lee.
You, sir, are an imposter. A Yankee spy!
Oh, no.
Surround their building!
Out of my way, old man!
Did I hear a scuffle? Smedley, I've been searching for you.
Stand aside. One more step and I'll shoot.
Let go of me, you cad!
I would gladly risk my own life, but I would never endanger the girl I love.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Now, sir, let us see how brave you are without your weapon.
It appears that a retreat is in order. Perhaps through a nearby riverboat.
Don't let him get away!
Never fear, Mama. I will see he pays for this villainous attack.
You'll have to catch me first!
Yay!
Oh, goodness.
Oh, Papa, are you all right?
Oh, my head feels strange, as if great weight has been lifted. Perhaps It's because the fighting is over, even though our Nobel cause is lost.
The war is over?
Of course, Orly. Didn't you know?
The war's been over for 5 years.
You had a lapse in memory, Papa. But don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later. We're just happy you're all right again.
Always been very brave, Colonel. Running this big plantation with mighty little help or money.
But I provided for that. What about the heirloom chest?
We never could find it.
Oh, I'm sure it is right where I hid it behind the false front in the kitchen fireplace. I'll retrieve it right now.
Goodness gracious! I should have thought of that!
What is the heirloom chest?
For protection against the Yankees, Papa put all our valuables into a chest. We never could find it in all these years.
The Colonel, he's tearing up my kitchen.
Oh, no.
Keeps talking about a chest.
He does seem different somehow.
Wonderful news, everyone! Papa's regained his memory!
Mercy me!
There!
Quickly, let's open it!
It's all there, just the way I left it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the little coins.
Gold coins. All the beautiful silver and jewelry.
Oh,
It's wonderful, isn't it, Mrs. Mason?
This is the last that anyone will ever see of Smedley. I had intended to turn him into the authorities, but he disappeared into the quicksand before I could reach him. This is all that remains.
Him, daughter. Where are your manners? Aunt, you going to introduce me to this charming lady?
This is Mrs. Mason-Dixon, Papa.
some of my friends call me the widow Mason-Dixon.
All of our dark clouds have floated away. The sun is smiling, and we'll be happy forever and ever.
True love surmounts all obstacles, and although our path may be strewn with thorns, perseverance and devotion will conquer all. Beautiful dreamer, wake up to me. Starlight and dewdrops are waiting for thee. La 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 la.
And we will keep the silent auction open for just a couple more minutes, so if there would be any last minute bids, feel free.
Yay.
Yay.